Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is electromagnetic spectrum. The word spectrum, or its plural spectra, was first used scientifically in optics by Newton in 17th century. It was used to describe the rainbow of colors in visible light after passing it through a prism. With the advancement in scientific understanding of light, it is now applied to the entire electromagnetic spectrum. Now, spectrum is a band of colors as seen in a rainbow or the entire range of wavelengths as light is separated into its components due to refraction or bending to different degrees based on each color's wavelength, either through a prism or through a diffraction grating or through a water droplet in the atmosphere. Therefore, it may also be described in terms of a characteristic series of frequencies of electromagnetic radiation emitted or absorbed by a substance. Remember, spectra is a phenomena which is explained in terms of light as a particle or a photon. We will consider different kinds of spectra like line spectra, emission and absorption spectra, and we will study them in details in our next lesson, and the origin of the spectral lines and energy levels as well after that. This is the spectrum observed when white light passes through a diffraction grating. And this is the spectrum of colors we see in the screen when white light is passing out through a prism. See the refraction. First refraction occurs here at this boundary, and then this is the second refraction, and the phenomena is known as dispersion. The separation of white light into 7 colors is called dispersion of light, and the colors which we obtain on the screen are called spectrum. And this is the separation of 7 colors, separation into 7 colors of sunlight. See, after passing through a water droplet, this is the magnified view of water drops in the atmosphere. So first refraction occurs here at this boundary, total internal reflection occurs, and this is the second refraction, and then white light is separated into 7 colors, and this colors which we obtain is called spectrum of light. Now, in fact, from discovery of electron in 19th century by J.J. Thomson to thermionic emission, the photoelectric effect, photons, and the electromagnetic spectrum, the work function, wave particle duality, spectra, and energy levels, radio frequency bands, color visions, microwave ovens, a potential well, emission and absorption spectra, and fireworks, flame tests, and infrared spectroscopy. All these concepts come under quantum mechanics. Now, energy of different spectral lines in the electromagnetic spectrum is calculated using Planck's equation, E equals h nu. Now, left hand side represents the energy of a photon, and right hand side is the frequency of electromagnetic radiation. So left hand side is the energy of a particle and right hand side is the frequency of a wave. This is absolutely amazing. Evidence that energy is quantized comes from spectral lines and emission and absorption spectra as we observe discrete lines. As this energy comes only in lumps called quanta, and as each line represents a specific frequency or wavelength, then by substituting the value of the specific wavelength or frequency of light in this Planck's equation, we can verify that energy of each photon of light is quantized, and we will solve some numericals when we will be doing different types of spectra in the next lesson, in which we will study line spectrum, emission and absorption spectrum as well. Now, in the next slides, I have described in depth different regions of electromagnetic spectrum. You will also study a relationship between energy of each region corresponding to its frequency or wavelength that verifies Planck's equation E equals h nu. I have also discussed there why we use electron volt as unit of energy instead of joules, and I have defined electron volt as well. Moreover, there will be a table that highlights visible region of the electromagnetic spectrum that contains discrete lines of each wavelength and corresponding values of frequency and energy. Now here we see a subdivision of the electromagnetic spectrum into different regions. And we notice that as we move from mid-infrared to mid-ultraviolet region, wavelength of the photons goes on decreasing and frequency goes on increasing. Hence, the corresponding value of energy goes on increasing as well. And this energy of the photon is equal to hf, as f is a property of wave. So according to famous wave equation, where c is equal to f lambda, we substitute value of f, which is c over lambda. Hence, this equation becomes energy of a photon is equal to hc over lambda, where c is the speed of light in vacuum and its value is 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second. It must be noted that energy of the photons is far less than a joule. Therefore, we use another unit of energy, the electron volt. And 1 electron volt is equal to 1.0602 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 joule. And it is defined as the energy transferred when an electron travels through a potential difference of 1 volt. This we have studied in our previous video. And 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb is the charge on electron. Now here we have selected only the visible region of the electromagnetic spectrum, and it is quite obvious that we get discrete lines of each wavelength, and each wavelength's energy is also given here, and in this table we get each individual color's wavelength, frequency and photon energy. And it is quite apparent that as we move from higher wavelength region to lower wavelength region, the frequency of the electromagnetic radiation goes on increasing, and hence the corresponding value of energy also increases. Therefore, ultraviolet light is very dangerous. X-rays and gamma rays even more dangerous, as these are very high energy radiations due to their high frequencies, as can be seen in this spectrum.